Well, we saw a little harvest happening in Iowa this week on our way to Iowa State. But with most of the crop planted late, harvest is also late. But John has a reminder as you do hit the fields this fall.
A year like 2022 means the usual impatience we experienced to get started was intensified. I've talked about the technological leap we've made with our machinery. The hours Aaron spent reading manuals and tapping through screens finally has a chance to be put in play. This year had an additional familiar but mildly anxious aspect. We really had no idea about what soybean yields would be after this summer's weather. We're pretty sure, like the Pro Farmer Tour participants and various other observers, corn yields aren't going to be the record-setting type around here at least. But as I mentioned before, this is the only time you can get a good estimate of how a bean crop will turn out when you harvest those first acres. The two factors intermingle though. The first yield readouts are always suspect until calibration is completed and comparison with elevator numbers are in hand. But with a totally new system, there's always that nagging suspicion some setting is off or a calibration number was overlooked. Even then, if the numbers are significantly different from your hopes or your fears, it's only after several acres and truckloads that any real confidence in what we're seeing settles in. But today we could address those concerns.
So we were ready to tackle these fields, except a funny thing happened. We took a last-minute trip to see grandchildren on the East Coast, and when we came home we had more than just our dirty laundry. And we found out the next morning that we had earned 2 stripes on our COVID test. Jen and I are now halfway through the self-isolating and have, for the most part, endured the rather mild symptoms, well, not that mild, fairly unpleasant symptoms of COVID, which is like a really bad cold, but it could have been much, much worse. So when I say to you, I hope you have a great start to harvest, and I hope you have good yields, and I hope you're safe, I mean more than just around the machinery. I mean around the people.
Thanks, John, and I hope you're feeling better this weekend. Well, when we come back, some classic iron machinery Pete. He has Tractor Tales next.